Obama deploys more troops. No, not to Iraq, but to Afghanistan. The war the media forgot. Next on Global Pulse. A comparison of how broadcasters worldwide are covering Afghanistan. The U.S. has 33,000 troops in Afghanistan, yet it is called the Forgotten War. Although, according to the Project for Excellence in Journalism, 2007 was one of the deadliest years in the Afghan conflict, and less than 1% of U.S. TV news stories covered it that year. President Obama has now focused attention on the war, so network newscasts, including NBC and CNN, are focused on Obama?
Basically a Taliban. I mean, my
He's
friends
basically
from
a Taliban.
Yes, but he has made no secret of that. I mean, he was quoted. He's been quoted numerous times back into the 90s about how, quote, most of the people in the Taliban are good people. There's only the small group of radicals who are not Afghans. Blah 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 blah. And he is considered to be a Taliban by many people in the north. I've spent a lot of time in Mazar-e-Sharif, and my Uzbek and Tajik friends there routinely just call him a Taliban. They basically consider that that's what he is.
How was it that why would we defeat the Taliban only to put into the presidency someone who seems to be representative?
Exactly. Well, we haven't exactly defeated the Taliban.
Yeah, I was going to say, why did we go to defeat the Taliban if only once we ran them out to put in President Karzai?
Well, in my view, we've gone about this in the wrong way entirely, because after a certain point, we should have scaled down the U.S. presence, and at that very stage in 2003, 2004, instead we started to augment it, and we have become an irritant in the country to the point where in the South and East we're widely hated. And you can look at this in the terms of police action in the United States. All of us would feel better, let's say, with the 40,000 police we have in New York than with 20,000. But very few of us would feel better with 400,000 police. That's probably too many police. You don't want to see a cop every time you step out of your house. It makes you feel threatened. It makes you feel as if you're under observation. And Afghans in the South and East very much feel that way.
Well, could you make a case at this point? Would you make the case at this point that do you see any benefit to a continued U.S. presence there? I mean, I'm guessing the answer is probably no, based on what you've said. But given where we are now, I mean, in 2003 it would have been best to go away. I've been saying on the show for months that it would be best if we scaled down and got out of there as quickly as possible. A friend of mine who did 3 tours in Afghanistan as an Army Rangers officer, he was saying back in 2008, there is no, we won the war against Al-Qaeda, we will not win the war to make Afghanistan a better place. Is that where you are on this?
Yeah, and I think, like you, I've learned from friends of mine in the American military. I've been on 7 embeds there, and basically they're trying very, very hard with good hearts and a lot of sacrifice to make Afghanistan a better place. But I think most of them will admit that they've been able to accomplish very little. The corrupt officials rapidly undo the little good that they're allowed to do, and that Karzai undoes much of the rest. I mean, in the time I spent, for example, in Zabul, which is a historic heartland of the Taliban, just north of Kandahar province, President Karzai himself reached down into this little tiny province of 300,000 people to reinstate a corrupt police chief that the American lieutenant colonel, who was the commander in the province, had dismissed for drug smuggling. And Karzai reversed the dismissal, as is his prerogative.
da ficar que chaksune wax ma de ficar ki chaksune wax ma de خبريه نو دغه په دغه سره دی ویل خبريه دغه د تعلیم او څه ورا سره سره دا ډېر کوم چې درو مسله به ډېر کوم اصله نه یو نه دوه شل دیش نه شل نفر راته ولر وي ټول یا خندل یا ورو تس کوي دا سره د اساس ژوند وس
The American raid was so confronting, the villagers want to show me every indiscretion.
Bombs exploding, government been knowing. DEA, FBI, CIA, threats in the world today. Terrorism like cannibalism taking over the streets, and all I can do is listen to these beats. Bombs exploding, government been knowing. DEA, FBI, CIA, threats in the world today. Terrorism like cannibalism taking over the streets, and all I can do is listen to these beats. Throw a little heat into the government sheet. Should've known it was coming. Now everybody's running, this the USA, and I'm American made. Land of the free, home of the brave, our people left in graves. I would've gave my life on that plane that day to prevent the pain caused and innocent people lost. Need no applause, just an explanation. This ruined nation is going into pieces. My nephews and nieces need to survive and live. I would give anything to keep this nation safe for my kids, innocent victims. Sickens my heart, tearing races apart, and we will never truly be free until we make some room for some humanity, and the insanity must stop. I don't care if you were a firefighter or a cop. I give my pledge to keep you coming from the edge. I need to let these feelings go. I need to let my feelings go. I need to let this hate go. And we need to make some love in this world. Let us sit and twirl and let us think about what would happen if we keep collapsing. Bombs exploding, government been knowing. DEA, FBI, CIA, threats in the world today. Terrorism like cannibalism taking over the streets, and all I can do is listen to these beats. Bombs exploding, government been knowing. DEA, FBI, CIA, threats in the world today. Terrorism like cannibalism taking over the streets, and all I can do is listen to these beats. And if you little suckers still want a piece of my nation, we can start some new relations, start some gangs, come with our thing. Screw the government if they can't take charge. I'ma come through and let them know I'm like a mirage. The minute you see me and the next minute you don't, and I won't stop shooting until you will no longer pollute on my air. I don't care if you come into my country and live free, but if you mess around I'll put you down to the ground quickly. No, you little suckers trying to come at these MCs, and you little suckers trying to take charge. You better get on the ground and beg please. Odyssey and the rest of the country, please don't kill me. Bombs exploding, government been knowing. DEA, FBI, CIA, threats in the world today. Terrorism like cannibalism taking over the streets, and all I can do is listen to these beats. Bombs exploding, government been knowing. DEA, FBI, CIA, threats in the world today. Terrorism like cannibalism taking over the streets, and all I can do is listen to these beats. Bombs exploding, government been knowing. DEA, FBI, CIA, threats in the world today. Terrorism like cannibalism taking over the streets, and all I can do is listen to these beats. Bombs exploding, government been knowing. DEA, FBI, CIA, threats in the world today. Terrorism like cannibalism